Hi, my name is Rabbi Leah Sternberg. I'm one of the rabbis at Temple B'nai Jeshurun in Short Hills, and I'm going to share a little bit about my perspective on Parshat Bo. This Torah portion is the one where God inflicts the last 3 plagues on the Egyptians, which leads to the dramatic redemption of the Israelites after their years of slavery in Egypt. Each plague acts as an attempt to convince Pharaoh to free the slaves, and with each plague, God asserted God's power and authority over the Egyptians and over Pharaoh. While we can look at this cycle of plagues in a few ways, we can see it as trial and error and failing forward. We can see it as a way to show power, or just slowly chipping away at the hardened heart of Pharaoh. But another way we can look at it is that we can assume that each plague is a quick reaction to the response before. That God did not intend to invoke 10 plagues upon the Egyptians. If Pharaoh had caved at frogs or lice, God would have stopped there. But the more Pharaoh resisted, the more God reacted. And it inspires us to ask the question of what would have happened if God had paused for just a moment longer in between each plague, instead of that immediate reaction. And what if Pharaoh thought for a moment as well, before rejecting the demand? We are living in a moment in time that invokes strong feelings, rightfully so as we reflect on what has transpired over the last 4 months. Those feelings show up when we talk about politics or the media, or even just casual conversation with our neighbors. They can show up anywhere. I know for many, it can cause us to jump to conclusions or fire back quick responses without considering all the pieces. But I wonder if a little bit of this internal tension can be alleviated by taking some of the lessons from God and from Pharaoh. In these high-stakes moments, what would it look like to take a breath before responding, a pause before answering, and that extra beat to consider the response? So this week, as we dive into Torah and as we hold that with us throughout our weeks, may we take that extra moment to learn from our biblical narrative and to bring a little bit more civility and unity through pause with us to lead a little bit more peace into our lives. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.